Okay, Unit 3 Study Guide will cover all of these topics. Levels of organization, interactions, predator-prey, habitat, niche, food web, population changes. Section 1, levels, ecological levels of organization. Fill in the boxes and blanks with a word from the word bank. So in all of these boxes and in all of these blanks, push pause and try to see if you can do this by yourself without any notes. See how you do, and then I'll go over it. Push pause and try this section by yourself. Okay, the first one is the Earth is the biosphere. So the largest level, the Earth, is called the biosphere. This is the largest level. Next one. A large area with similar organisms and with similar climate and organisms like the tundra and the temperate forest is a biome. So this right here, this biome, it's hard to see, but this is taiga because it's in Canada. So this is the biome level. All of the living and non-living things in an area is called an ecosystem. When you see living and non-living, you need to think this is an ecosystem. Okay? So this level is ecosystem because I have living things like the bear, and I have non-living things like this mountain, montaña. Okay? Next one. All the different populations in an area. This is only living things. Only living things. This level is community. Community. So the rabbit, the groundhog, the conifer, the moose, these, and this fox, this is a community of different populations. Only living things. A group of the same organism. A group of the same organism, like over here, I have a group of moose. M-O-O-S-E, moose. This is called a population. So this is a population of moose. Moose, a population of moose. One living thing, just one living thing, like here we have one moose. This level is organism. Organism. For your test, you need to know the definitions of these words. So I would put a star here. And also for your test, you need to know what a picture of each level looks like. So if I say organism, you have to find one living thing. If I say find the population, you look for a group of the same organism, the same animal or the same plant. Next one, section 2, population interactions. Identify the interaction using the word bank. So it's competition, territorial imperative, social hierarchy, or cooperation. Number 1. Oh, push pause and try to do this by yourself, and then check your answers. Okay, the first one is wolves work together to hunt for bison. So all of these wolves are working together to hunt the bison. This is called cooperation. When you read the words work together, I want you to think cooperation. 2 male elephants, male means boy, elephants fight for a mate. They fight for a mate. Remember, mate means girlfriend. This is called competition. Whenever you see the word fight, I want you to think competition. The next one, the female lion hunts. The girl lion hunts. The male lion watches the cubs or baby lions. Male means boy. This is, the female has a job. Her job is to hunt zebras. The male watches the cubs. He watches the babies to make sure another male lion doesn't come and kill them. So if she has a job to do and he has a job to do, this is called social hierarchy. Okay? Everyone has a job to do. Okay? Everyone has their role. 2 hippos fight, but they fight for space in the water. This hippo says, this water is mine. And this hippo is like, nah, this water is mine. So they fight each other. If you see fighting for space on your test, this is territorial imperative. Okay? Let's go to the next page. Okay, this is all review. This is all stuff you've seen. Blank is when 2 different organisms live close together and they have a close relationship. Do you think that's ecosystem, territorial imperative, symbiosis, or competition? Correct answer is, of course, symbiosis. Okay? Put a star next to this. You need to know that symbiosis is when 2 different organisms live close together and have a close relationship. This is an important question. Okay, identify the symbiotic relationship. So in these blanks, and read this for this. This goes here. This is for this. I want you to push pause and try this by yourself. Is this mutualism, commensalism, or parasitism? Mutualism, commensalism, or parasitism? Push pause and do this by yourself, and then I will do the answers with you. Okay, both organisms benefit. Both organisms are happy. Okay, benefit means happy. If both organisms benefit, this is called mutualism. One organism is harmed. Harmed means it's sad, it gets hurt. And then one organism benefits. Remember, benefits means happy. If you see the word harmed, you need to think right away, parasitism. One organism benefits or is happy, and one organism is unaffected. Unaffected means I don't care. Or you don't bother me. No me molestas. You don't bother me. Okay? Anytime you see the word unaffected or you see an organism that's unaffected, commensalism. Okay. On the test, I'm going to give you a picture and a description, and you have to tell me, is it mutualism, commensalism, or parasitism? So these kinds of questions are very important, and also study your notebook. Thank you. Okay, read it. A worm absorbs nutrients from the fish. The fish is harmed. The fish is sad. The worm is happy because the worm is absorbing nutrients. He's eating, and the fish is harmed. This is parasitism. A lot of times you guys will see worms inside of organisms' body. They sneak in there and they make the organism sick. This one, the bird eats insects from the gazelle. This is a gazelle. He lives in grasslands. The bird is happy because he's eating food, insects. And look at the gazelle's face. Is he happy or is he sad? He's very happy because he's getting cleaned. Okay, he's getting cleaned. So if they're both happy, they're both mutually happy. This is mutualism. This one, barnacles, all of these things are barnacles. Okay, barnacles. Attach. Attach means they like glue themselves to a humpback whale. This is the humpback whale. The barnacles are happy because they get transportation. They get a free taxi. And they also get a home or a habitat. Right? That's they live on the whale. The whale, he just keeps swimming. Sigue nadando. The whale says, I don't care. He is unaffected. So this is commensalism. Okay, you need to know all of these words. Symbiosis, mutualism, commensalism, parasitism. Study all of these words. Next section, predator-prey relationships. If I give you this kind of graph, you need to be able to interpret it. Interpret means you can read it and you can understand it. Entenderlo y interpretarlo bien. Okay, you have a hare. This is the population of the hare. I'm going to make this line blue. This is the hare. And then the fox. Oops. It broke. My pencil broke. I'll make this line yellow. You can use whatever color you want. Okay? What kind of graph does this, what kind of relationship does this graph show? Is this a mutualistic relationship, or is this a predator-prey relationship graph? Obviously, it's B. If you see a graph, I want you to draw this. Dibujen eso. If you see a graph that looks like this, okay, this one goes down, but this one goes up, and then this one goes up, this one goes down, this one goes down, this one goes up. If you see a graph like that does a dance, this is predator-prey. Okay? Predator-prey. Okay. For the next ones, I want over here, you need to write fox or you need to write hare. Over here, you need to write prey or write predator. Okay? Over here, in these lines, you need to write increase, which means go up, or decreases, which means go down. So push pause and try to do this one, and this one by yourself, and then come back and check your answers with Mr. Urtekin. Okay. The prey is the hare. Okay. The hare is the prey. The predator does the hunting, the killing. Okay. The predator does the hunting. The predator is the fox. So if I were you, and you don't know this, I would write that there. Okay. Prey or predator. In year 1, there was a lot of because there was very little In year 1, there was a lot of what and very little what. So look over here. Year 1. Was there a lot of what? There was a lot of prey. There was a lot of prey because there were very little predators. There was a lot of hare in year 1 because there was only a little bit of foxes. So the foxes did not hunt a lot of the prey. In year 2, there were more because they hunted the So let's go to year 2. In year 2, there were more. So year 2, there was more foxes. There was more predators because they hunted, they killed, they ate all the prey, and the prey population decreased, right? Very good. Okay. Increases or decreases? When the fox population increases, the hare population, what? Let's look over here. This is the fox population. Right now it's increasing. When the fox population increases, what happens to the hare population? Does it increase or decrease? It decreases because they hunt all of the hare. Because there's a lot of hare. There's a lot of bunnies. When the prey population decreases, remember, prey is the hare or the bunny. When the prey or rabbit population decreases, the predator population, what eventually? So let's look here. When the prey population decreases, what's going to happen to the fox population or the predator population? Eventually, it's going to decrease also, because there's not too many hares for them to hunt. So this is also decreases. Okay, so you need to understand this kind of graph. It's like a dance. The prey goes down, the prey goes up, and then the predator goes down, up, and then the prey goes down. It's like a dance. Okay, section 4, habitats and niches. Okay, habitat or a niche, you need to put over here the role an organism has, the area or environment. Push pause and try to read both of these and write habitat or niche, and then come back to me quickly. Okay, the role an organism has in its ecosystem, like what it does, what it eats, where it lives. The role it has, that is called niche. Okay, niche. The next one is, of course, habitat. The habitat is the area or environment where an organism lives. Okay? Put a star next to these words. You need to know the definition of both of these words for the test. Know the definition. What does niche mean? What does habitat mean? So study this. Read this 1,000,000 times until you get it. Okay, this is easy. Match the niche on the left with the organisms on the right. So these are niches. You have to tell me which organism goes with each niche. Push pause on this video. Try to tell me which niche is conifer, which niche is vulture, which niche is mushroom, which niche belongs to giraffe. Push pause and try this by yourself, and then come back to me, and then we'll check your answers. Okay, my niche, my job, my role is to be a producer or plant. You should know by now that producer means plant, hopefully. And release oxygen in the taiga. The only producer here is conifer. The conifer is a producer, and its job is to release oxygen, or give us oxygen, O2, right? So this niche is the conifer tree. My niche is to be a primary consumer or herbivore. Remember, primary consumer and herbivore means I eat only plants. Okay? So which organism is this? Which organism is the primary consumer or the herbivore? It's, of course, Mr. Giraffe. Okay? The giraffe's niche is to be a primary consumer or herbivore. My niche is to break down dead organisms. That sounds like a decomposer, right? You should know this by now. A decomposer breaks down dead organisms. It's the mushroom. Very good. Okay. Last one is my niche is to be a scavenger and eat dead animals to clean the ecosystem. Okay? Be careful with this one. The vulture eats dead animals, like a dead hyena, a dead zebra, a dead gazelle, or a dead lion. The mushroom breaks down dead organisms, okay? And dead organisms means both animals and plants, like trees, okay? So if you want, I would write this down. Vultures eat dead animals, they are scavengers. Mushrooms are decomposers, they break down dead organisms. Organisms means both plants and animals. Okay, the last topic on your test is population changes in food webs. Okay, increase or decrease. Write increase or decrease in all of these lines. Okay, I want you to read it and try to put increase or decrease in all of these sections. Push pause on the video, read it, and remember, for this one organism is going to die. One organism might go away, and you have to figure out how it affects the food web. So push pause and try this by yourself. Write increase or decrease in each of these lines. Okay. A pest excuse me. A pesticide. Remember, a pesticide is that chemical that kills insects. A pesticide excuse me, is used and kills the grasshoppers. So the grasshoppers die because we used a pesticide. If the grasshopper population decreases, then the lizard population will. Let's look at the food web. If all the grasshoppers die, what happens to the lizard population? The lizard eats only grasshoppers, right? So, do you think it will increase or decrease? If all the grasshoppers die and the lizards eat only grasshoppers, of course, the lizard population will decrease because they have nothing to eat. Okay, next question. If the mouse population decreases, the snake population will. Let's look over here. If the mouse population decreases, what happens to the snake? Will it population increase or the population decrease? Because the snake eats only mouse, if all the mice die, the snake population will of course decrease. Okay, next one. Humans overfish Arctic cod. Remember, this is my fishing line. Okay. Overfish means you fish too much and you kill too many fish. Humans overfish the Arctic cod. If the Arctic cod population decreases, the zooplankton population will. Let's look at this. If humans overfish the Arctic cod and their population decreases, what will happen to the zooplankton population? Let's see. The Arctic cod eats zooplankton because the arrow goes this way. The zooplankton gives energy, not energia, Arctic cod. So if all the Arctic cod are gone and nobody else eats zooplankton, Do you think the population will increase or decrease? If nobody is eating zooplankton, their population is going to increase. Perfect. Okay, last one. If the krill population decreases, the baleen whale population will, let's look over here. The krill population, if they decrease, what will happen to Mr. baleen whale? The baleen whale eats only krill, right? Because the arrow goes this way. The krill give energy to the whale. Los krill da energía a la ballena. If the whales have nothing to eat because the krill population decreased, will the whale population increase or decrease? Of course, if they have nothing to eat, their population will decrease. Good job. Okay, this is your study guide. This means you need to study. Remember, if you don't study, your grade will be sad. Okay? So that means study. Study, study, study. Study this packet. Okay? Thank you so much.